to order. And we're going to let's salute. Let's stand up forward. Let's salute work together. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
forward. And you roll call, please.
Before I call the roll, I just want to know that I received a letter from council member Sine stating, dear Ms. Fortress, please be advised that effective January 5th, 2025, at 12:01 a.m., I am resigning my position as councilor. Respectfully submitted, member
That's right.
Nevin Sine.
That's the right input.
Cat splitter.
Yeah, nothing to do with it.
This one here.
And their board
I'll
value,
choose this one.
you would not be
No.
included in the roll call.
it was painful to vote for the settlement. However, we were counseled that if we don't settle, it was going to cost the community twice or three times the amount. It was the prudent decision. We listened to our attorneys that counseled us properly, Mr. Mensch and Mr. Yellen. I thank them for their hard work on this and for their good counsel. I believe, although it's painful to have paid that amount of money to a developer who's going to be making a lot of money, I'm hoping in some way that the developer will have, in good faith, return something to the community. In earlier meetings, he did say he wanted to be a good neighbor, and I'm hoping he will be a good neighbor. I see that he is in the audience, and that's part of the reason why I'm making these comments. The other part of the reason is to clear up any misconception that the settlement was not was the wrong thing to do. We were counseled, we bonded it. It's going to hurt our community, but it's on the long term, so it won't be a $2,000 tax raise. So I want to get that on the record before I depart. Again, it was not a pleasant vote, but we had to do it in the interest of the people in the community. I will be introducing, actually, I introduced several on a different topic. I introduced several resolutions during the course of last year that were either tabled or rejected by the old council. Those resolutions had to do with flooding, which they passed a lot, but the other resolutions were mainly about safety. We want to have a safe community, and I did publish on social media and on the on social media a list of 8 actions that we can take. I could introduce it now, but since we're technically, and I'll defer to Mr. Mensch's our borough attorney, if it's not appropriate now, I would urge the new council to get off on the right foot and do something for the community. I was roundly criticized on social media by certain people, which will remain nameless, but all of these suggestions, there are 8 of them in the resolution, were brought forth by people in town, residents in town that were concerned about speeding and concerned about safety. I would urge the new council to, as a first action, to consider this resolution. I thank you very much for the opportunity to comment. It's been more than a privilege to have your trust as a councilman for these last 3+1 years that I've served. And thank you very much. I wish Mayor Park especially success in his term. He is a gentleman, I believe. He conducts a wonderful, quiet meeting. And the only way that Englewood Cliffs can reach its full potential is if we forget about political parties and we do what is necessary for our town. And I believe we can agree what is necessary for our town. Political parties on the municipal level have absolutely nothing to do with it. In fact, they are counterproductive. Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor. Mayor Park, I wish you the best of luck for the rest of your term. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Absolutely, I will look at it. You are suggesting it's a agenda in the new council member to look at it, and we need it. We want to adapt it. So, and for your last comment, I wish you have also good luck. You will be here this town around this area. You can give also your advice.
I'm gonna just change seats into the audience where I was. Actually, under the last mayor, it was an adventure, and under this mayor, I think it's going to be much more. I won't be kicked out or escorted out by a police under this mayor. So, which I was in the last term.
Okay, let's move on next item. And I need a motion and a second to approve the minutes.
I make a motion.
Okay, any second?
Second.
All in favor? Yeah, okay. Okay,
Yes, member Liang,
Yes.
member Yes.
Yes.
Member Di Gregorio.
Yes,
okay. I need a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. I need to think about 24-264. Someone talking about this number is wrong.
Mayor,
It's
it's
the
the,
next one.
yeah, the next one, there was a question that was Jerry to clarify.
So we need special motion to change this one.
No, right now, Mayor, just to do the, for resolution 24-264, that one's good to go as is. We just need a motion in a second on it.
So I need a motion 24-264.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
discussion, please.
Yeah.
I was not surprised, but I did not get a copy of this agenda to the best of my knowledge. And if I did, my email was cut off. So I really didn't have a chance to examine it. I think that for the future, I mentioned it to our borough administrator, that the gap between when you are officially done, which is the 31st, which is in our bylaws, and the sign die meeting, there'd be some kind of accommodation where there's some sort of communication that's open, that's 5 days. And I think just from a housekeeping perspective, either we schedule the sign die on the 1st of the year, or we change our bylaws where we have at least access to the email, so we can come to the first and very important meeting on an informed basis. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll support that.
Okay. Okay.
Member Di Gregorio.
Yes,
Okay.
And then 24-265.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mayor, the only, on the sign die, resolution, I just want to, double check because on the agenda for 24-264, the resolution is authorizing
no audio.
transfer.
there's no audio.
Okay.
There's no audio. There is audio. There has to
There
be.
is audio. There's a thing. Right now.
Check 1, 2. Is there audio there?
Yeah. See the green thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
It's working now. Okay, so we don't, okay. Gotta make note of which one.
so I just, what I want to clarify, one thing, for the administrator on the resolution 24-264, the title on the agenda is authorizing transfer of appropriations for calendar year 2024 municipal budget, which is typically at the end of the year, you kind of true up. You might have spent a little bit more on public works, but you spent a little less on,
That's correct.
except the attachment here is for the temporary budget for 2025.
Right. So
So I just
should
wanna
we,
make sure that we're voting on the correct things in the correct meetings.
Okay.
Because typically the resolution for the 2025 year would be done as part of the new council, either
at
at the 12
Rio,
o'clock meeting
Right.
or on the 15th, but would not be done at the sign die meeting. The transfers would be, but that's not the resolution, which is attached to this meeting packet.
So what is the possibility we do it on the 15th? For the transfer as well, yes.
You should be able to do both. I'm just saying that right now, the resolution in
This is
your,
a temporary budget.
right, so
so there is no, Matthew, there is no backup for the emergency appropriation resolution. We didn't, our CFO didn't provide it to us.
Last night, provided two last night.
He provided a resolution for emergency appropriation of amount of $300,000.
that's the one we're about to vote on.
Right, there's no backup for that. And then the backup that was provided by our CFO is for the temporary appropriation for 4.3 million for calendar year 2025.
Correct,
So
except.
this should be
except
done at the Rio.
Yes,
This is for
so,
the Rio.
Yeah.
so what I'm suggesting, Mayor, is that that we take a motion just to rescind what we just did, because we don't have the backup for it. So that way we just nullify that.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is motion,
I make a motion.
if it is second. Second. All in favor?
Just do a roll call, Mayor.
Oh, roll call.
Money. Yeah, roll call.
Member Liang,
Yes.
Member Begets,
Yes.
Member Di Gregorio.
Yes,
And Mayor, I would then recommend that we don't do any action on 24-264 until we can get that clarified by the CFO
Okay.
at what appropriate time. The second resolution, which is 24-265,
Right.
authorizing emergency appropriation in the amount of, the resolution is for 300,000. The title on the agenda was 250, but it's 300,000. And that's for appropriations for legal. There was a question, this resolution doesn't specify specifically which cases or, I can tell you based on my understanding, it's a combination. It's not one single case or matter. It's that I go with a lot of legal bills, and you continue. There's even a couple of attorneys that have reached out for bills that are from the prior year that hadn't been paid yet. So I don't think it's one single item. to answer your question.
So, we need motion to divide this amount of fund.
You- We don't need a motion to revise it because that's how we're introduced. So if it's introduced, you need a motion to approve resolution 24-265 in the amount of 300,000 for legal services in the 2024 municipal budget.
Any motion?
Motion.
Second. Roll call, please.
Member Liang,
Yes.
Member Begets, Member Di Gregorio.
yes,
Right. Okay, number 7, item, mayor's and we have comment, I'm not just very quick comment. I'd like to extend my thanks to the board council majority for your hard working and dedication throughout the past year. Your commitment has played a key role in the progress we will make as a community. And I'm special thank you and my best wishes to our council meeting members. Your service and contributions to increase have made a lasting impact, and your efforts are truly appreciated. Additionally, I thank you to the all over the department, our head and staff members. They really work hard and serve for our town to live in a better town. I really appreciate their support. I wish all of them have a good health and happiness year this year. Thank you. And then I want to give you for each council member just a briefly your comment or your concern. Just your comment.
All right, start from me. And,
Yes.
what a year, 2024, last year. This is my second term, first year, the last year, 10 years ago. Different experience. We appreciate the local government and the government body to work together, do some kind of a common challenges. 2024, we have some real challenges. We have water problems, big water problems. We have fire problems here. And we have 800 problems. And we have some safety problems as well. We have a lot of problems. But the overall direction, we're looking back. We pop up a lot of situations. We're dealing with a lot of situations. There were a lot of challenges in 2025 as well. And folks and best intention to resolve the future challenges. And looking forward with the new members to work together. And Dave, thank you. It's nice walking with you, sit next to you.
Likewise.
Yeah.
谢谢你。
谢谢。Yes. Yes. Thanks again. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Yes, last year was very challenging year for our council people, Leanne and myself. We are minority that working under a mayor. But it so happened that we are minority that became a majority. And there was some time that we worked very nice with our counterpartners in the Democratic Party. And then they changed their mind because of the settlement that we are not approving, and I'm saying again, against it. And because we were never proven any numbers to support the $72 million damages. None of the attorneys, none of the professionals submitted us numbers, numbers. Therefore, we did not support it. We're not looking to go to courts. People, we are against it. We're trying to solve the problems, and hopefully next year we'll get rid of a lot of them. But definitely, again, no support of the settlement. Also, I want to say that it was very challenging year to us, but we did accomplish a lot. And we're looking forward next year. I don't care if it's Democrat or Republican, whoever it is, we're gonna work with them if they wanna work with us. They're not gonna work with us, it's okay too. But we are moving forward. Our Republican delegates are moving forward in this town. We're not looking backwards. We wanna do what's right for the town in the right way. We're not looking to put any extra taxes on our people. We'll try to solve any issue in the best interest of the citizens and of the residents of our town. It was a pleasure. It was challenging, but I learned a lot. And hopefully this year I will take it to the next year and use my experience. And thank you, Mayor, for your support and trust in us to move forward. And we trust him and we look forward for his leadership. And have happy New Year, everyone.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. First of all, I always strive to be ethical, to be accurate, and in order to be ethical and accurate, credit needs to be given to those who have worked hard for this town. And I would like to especially thank the Parks Committee. If it were not for the Parks Committee led by Debbie Sabari, former Councilwoman Debbie Sabari, we would not have the parks. We have a beautiful park on Irving, just needs a little landscape. We've got new basketball courts. We've got a tremendously beautiful park down there, and we have a park up on Johnson Field, brand new. That was $5 million well spent and carefully spent, overseen by Ms. Sabari. Ms. Geiger was part of the committee. Mr. Theodorakis was part of the committee. Who am I missing? Tim Katrubis was played a minor role in the committee, but he was part of the committee. I think he became more involved towards the end, which is a good thing. And also, who am I forgetting? The last person, I think that's it. Oh, me. Yeah, me. All right. So, we leave, as Ms. Bagatz had mentioned. It was a difficult year, difficult decisions, but I do believe that Englewood Cliffs is better off for it. The Parks Committee was absolutely fantastic, and it came to a compromise. I am so happy that we don't have a plastic field up at Johnson Field. We have grass, and we compromised. I had to hold my nose and vote to have turf on the Little League field, but that's what you have to do. You have to compromise. So congratulations to the Park Committee and to led by Debbie Sabari. And I wish the new council all good things. Again, I will say that political parties are counterproductive on the municipal level. And those divisions should be ignored. We don't want chaos. We don't want a January 6th in Englewood Cliffs. And I thank you very, very much for the opportunity to serve.
Okay, thank you. Okay, this is my favorite. Jerry, you gonna add some comment or not?
No, sir,
No, no.
not at the sign die, Mayor.
Oh,
Keep quiet.
Uh-huh.
Quiet, so,
Uncharacteristically quiet.
Okay, then before again, I will introduce here the Palisade Park Mayor, Paul Kim is in here. Why don't you come out? I know you want to comment over the history of this house, you just special. Oh, okay, so.
It's okay.
Yeah,
There's
just,
no comment.
Sorry. Your comment, we appreciate.
Came in to greet you guys. I want to congratulate you. I know you guys went through turmoil as much as Palisades Park, but I see this as a growing pain.
Mm.
And I see progress. Whether you're red or blue, Democrat, Republican, Independent, we all live in the same place. We share the same problems. We have to work together, be unified, and we have to drop our feelings, our emotions, and all that stuff and get really logical, and we sit down to better the community. And I see you guys on your way, so I want to congratulate you and a happy new year.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Make a motion.
Second.
Okay, thank you, everyone, and we are ready to